I think it's important not to paint too broad a brush. When you talk about a jihadist or a fundamentalist, you're not talking about a Muslim. There are, and I think Muslims are being vocal about distinguishing themselves between, distinguishing themselves from fundamentalist and from fundamentalist interpretations of the text. So I just think it's quite dangerous to get into too facile an analysis about what an entire part of the world thinks and believes and hopes for. And in fact, what we're seeing is the influence of a relatively small number of extremists who are able to capitalize on, as I mentioned earlier, a tremendous sense of disillusionment and rage and frustration at a lack of opportunity. And that's what's happening here, is that people are capitalizing on a desperate economic situation. And of course, a war on terror, which is, as I know from having just produced a film recently with 14 human rights groups worldwide that featured the stories of Binyam Mohammed, who's an Ethiopian national, British citizen, currently held in Guantanamo Bay, tortured into confessing to crimes he did not commit, and Khaled al-Masri, who was Lebanese national, German citizen, pulled off a bus in the middle of Macedonia and held without charge. Not a shred of evidence against him either. So when you start to get into a situation where people are whisked away in the middle of the night, held incommunicado, have their rights abrogated, and are tortured into humiliated into doing things and saying things that are virtually untrue, you are, of course, going to create a backlash and a response. And I think that's where the fundamentalist energy is coming from.